In a league known for lopsided deals and hindsight regrets, it's rare, almost unheard of, to see a trade that so clearly elevates both franchises to the doorstep of glory. But that's exactly what's unfolding before our eyes as the Minnesota Timberwolves and New York Knicks, propelled by a seismic preseason trade, have each bulldozed their way into the NBA's Final Four. The headlining move? Karl-Anthony Towns, the longtime face of the Timberwolves franchise, sent to the Knicks in exchange for the bruising, high-motor Julius Randle, sharpshooter Donte DiVincenzo, and a future first-round pick. At the time, it raised eyebrows. Now, it's rewriting the blueprint for a perfect NBA trade. Two franchises, one vision, win now. When Minnesota Timberwolves president Tim Connolly greenlit the deal, it was seen as a bold recalibration, trading away Karl-Anthony Towns, a three-time All-Star and arguably the greatest big man in team history. Towns had given the Wolves 9 years of loyalty, dedication, and elite-level scoring. But the franchise needed more than loyalty. It needed change, and fast. Enter Julius Randle. Randle, a two-time All-Star himself, arrived in Minnesota with something to prove. Fresh off a turbulent playoff run with the Knicks the previous season, Randle has turned his game up several notches in Minneapolis. He's not just fitting in, he's flourishing. Aggressive in the paint, reliable from mid-range, and rejuvenated as a defensive anchor, Randle has helped lead the Timberwolves back to the Western Conference Finals for the first time in over 2 decades. And he's not doing it alone. DiVincenzo, acquired as part of the same deal, has emerged as one of the league's most underrated glue guys, knocking down threes, making hustle plays, and stretching defenses in a way that perfectly complements Anthony Edwards and Randle. Oh, and did we mention he's under contract for 2 more seasons on an incredibly team-friendly deal? Add in that future first-rounder from Detroit, and you've got a package that doesn't just bolster the Wolves now, it's setting them up for the future, too. New York's title dreams revived. But while Minnesota is basking in its best stretch since the Kevin Garnett era, the flip side of this blockbuster is equally electric. The Knicks are officially back. After a dominant victory over the Boston Celtics to punch their ticket to the Eastern Conference Finals, their first trip to that stage in 25 long, frustrating years, the gamble by Knicks president Leon Rose is looking like a masterstroke. Bringing Towns to the Garden was never just about numbers. It was about chemistry, fit, and the pursuit of a title. And Towns has delivered. A starter in this year's All-Star game, Towns has been a model of offensive efficiency, stretching the floor, punishing switches, and averaging a career best in rebounds. His pick-and-pop game with Jalen Brunson has become one of the league's deadliest duos, giving the Knicks a modern offensive identity they've lacked for years. Far from the lone wolf he once was in Minnesota, Towns has embraced being the number 1. 2 option to Brunson, and it's working beautifully. Towns' arrival has also allowed R.J. Barrett and Josh Hart to thrive in more specialized roles. The offense is humming, the defense is swarming, and Madison Square Garden has never felt louder. And let's not forget, Randle played a massive role in setting the table for this. His 5 years in New York saw him lead the team back to respectability, including multiple playoff appearances. He was a leader through the grind, a pillar during the rebuild. The Knicks don't reach this point without the foundation he helped lay. A rare no regrets trade. It's really cool to see a trade where both sides can walk away and say, "Yeah, we do it again," said Donte DiVincenzo earlier this week. "You look at what we've done here in Minnesota, and what Cat's done over there. It's just a win-win, plain and simple." In today's NBA, that's a unicorn. too often, trades result in a clear loser. A team mortgages its future for a quick fix, or clings to nostalgia when the window has long closed. But not here. Not with this deal. Minnesota, with its young core of Edwards, Randle, and DiVincenzo, looks poised for a sustained run. Meanwhile, New York, powered by the brilliant pairing of Brunson and Towns, finally feels like a contender again, not just a playoff team, but a threat. And now, both squads sit just 4 wins away from doing the unthinkable, meeting in the NBA Finals. Can you imagine it? The Wolves versus the Knicks. Towns against his old squad. Randle trying to conquer the garden he once called home. A full-circle showdown that would not only validate the trade, it would etch it into the annals of league history as one of the most poetic NBA deals ever made. The legacy of loyalty and timing. Of course, it wasn't easy for Minnesota to part ways with KAT. He was more than just a star. He was a S